What's up, baseball friends? It's Tom, and today I want to talk a little bit about not the Minnesota Twins, what we usually talk about on this channel, but I want to tip my cap to the Colorado Rockies for, in my opinion, winning something. I don't know if they actually deserve credit for this or they just happen to be in the right spot, basically, but the Colorado Rockies, the worst team in baseball this year, one of the worst teams in the history of baseball. But they might have the best fans in all of baseball. This kind of came to me because I saw this post from someone who goes by CS on Blue Sky. I've held before and I'll hold again that Rockies fans are maybe the only people doing baseball fandom right. They go to a ball game. They have fun watching. If the Rockies win, that's a fun surprise. We should all aspire to their level of zen. You know, a lot of people are going to poo-poo that who are kind of like hardcore, winning is the only thing that matters and all that. But, you know, if you boil it all down, we're watching sports for entertainment, for enjoyment. You know, I realize you have to take this statement with a gigantic grain of salt coming from a Minnesota Twins fan who is, to be completely honest, just copium is what I'm hitting right here. I'm just trying to cope with the fact that my team is going to be basically every bit as hopeless as the Rockies, it seems, entering 2026. That fan base in Colorado is doing it right. They deserve a lot of credit. Averaged over 30,000 a game in attendance for a team. Just absolutely terrible. Now, we all know the reported attendance numbers doesn't represent the gate. So, you know, obviously actual butts and seats weren't that high, but middle of the pack in attendance, the Colorado Rockies. I think they were like 15th, 16th, despite being, again, the worst team in baseball, one of the worst teams in the history of baseball. This year's Colorado Rockies. Still drawing very well, you know, drawing better than the Twins, that's for sure. Drawing better than a lot of teams in this playoff race. And this is despite the Rockies just being completely hopeless. And, you know, there's probably a lot of reasons for it. You know, Denver is a big city, a big, good sports town. The ballpark is gorgeous. They have a lot of great weather to be outside in during the summer. But I feel like that stadium has some target. It's like a maxi version of Target Field. You know, if you've heard talk about how Target Field was built on an incredibly small footprint, if you want to contrast that, check out Coors Field in Denver. That's like, it's just like a huge version of Target Field. I think it's not a perfect comp, but I feel like they are very similar stadiums. And so, you know, it's not like we can say, well, the stadium is a bigger draw than here or anything. To be honest, I don't know what it is. If there's any Rockies fans watching this, you know, let me know. And I'm assuming it is just maybe more for a social aspect and just that the zen of baseball enjoyment. And baseball almost has like a background. You can get intense and really dial in and get involved in the game. But sometimes it's just nice to, again, the zen of baseball, the vibe of it. And I feel like more so than any other sport, you can enjoy baseball for the vibe of baseball. And that's something special we have. I think it's something, too, that a lot of other sports fans don't really get about baseball, that's actually a beautiful thing that's to be appreciated. We can all be up in arms and be frustrated, certainly with the current state of the team. You know, anybody out there who is wanting to kind of boycott, I can't hold that against them. You know, we can try to make these billionaires squirm. I have very little faith that it's going to mean anything to them, whether, you know, they're high up in attendance or not. I don't know that. I honestly don't know what it matters to them. So we can do all we can to try to make them wiggle and squirm, or we can just say, well, screw you. We're not here for you. We're not here. We understand you own the team, whatever. We're not here for you. And just try to focus on the enjoyment of baseball and the enjoyment of the baseball ballpark experience. So, any Rockies friends who are here, let us know why this is. Why is this? Is it just sort of the culture of Denver pro sports, Colorado pro sports, or is there something different? And why do you think maybe your fan base is different from some other, you know, struggling fan bases in that manner? So thanks for checking this one out. We'll talk again soon.